So, what is it about the big engine that's creating this kind of, I mean, it's a frenzy with some of these people?
Well, it is American history.
You're right.
Recognizing where we came from, and you think about what's possible. So at its time, it was the biggest, fastest, hardest working, and Union Pacific specifically had it built to be able to handle the big grains out west, going up to Sherman Hill and going across the west. So you fast forward, and we can't forget where we came from, but we should always look at what's coming up. And what people find is that special place of where we were and where we're going.
Right. And the symbolism isn't lost that you reached the Atlantic here today on this historic day. So what's the bigger meaning there in terms of what you're trying to do as one railroad?
Well, I'd say we had a lot of discussion. We thought, what better way to celebrate America's 250th than to bring the country together, where today it's divided. We have these East Coast railroads, West Coast railroads, and Jim and I decided, let's bring the train across and demonstrate a unified trip. And then the decision was, all right, how far east? Where do we bring it to? Do we bring it to New York? Do we bring it to D.C.? And the answer was, it's got to be Philly. Philadelphia is the birthplace of the country, and we are celebrating Independence Day, so it has to be here in Philly.
Now, I have to ask you, this recent Supreme Court decision involving regulators and agencies, what's your reaction to that opinion?
You know, if you look at the history, because we've been around for so long, like Mark says, next year 200, and for us since 1862, you always get decisions by Supreme Court and politicians. But you know, Stuart, what's really important is we figure out a way to move the goods that America wants in a safe manner for them to win. I don't worry about one thing. I look at what can we do to move ahead, and that's really what just happened.
So what's now you're looking towards the end of this month where you're going to be filing the remainder of that data for the merger. How is that coming along, and what's your outlook for that?
Mark, I know you know other.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to comply with everything the STB had asked us to do. So we're actively working on it. You're going to see a release here in weeks ahead. And then you see what the STB says at that point. But we expect them to come out with their timeline. There's timeline, and we expect that, given that they accepted the application back at the end of May there, hopefully the clock is ticking.
And just the last question I'd ask is, it's a straightforward proposal. It's going to make railroading better. It's going to make our companies better. It's going to make the country better in terms of supply chain. Why then would the STB continue to ask for so much data for such a straightforward proposal?
Well, let's get to the fundamentals of what the STB. The people at the STB have not been involved. Maybe there's a few of them with a merger of this size. So they want to go through it in a step process, and we're good. I wish they would communicate with us more so we could just give them the information, because we've said right from the start, if you need something, to examine it. And the reason we're so confident is, one, it's good for our customers and everybody's customers, because if we provide a faster service, better level of service, everybody that competes in there, whether it's trucks, whether it's the boats on the river or other railroads, they're going to have to up their game. So it enhances competition. Our employees, we're so sure of it, Stuart, that we have guaranteed a job for every employee on the two railroads that's unionized. No one's done that before. It builds above what we've ever done before. So you put those two things together, and we want to take trucks off the highway system. We're safer than trucks. We handle it in a better way. That is a win-win-win, and we know the facts will come to the point where the STB will say, "Son of a gun, we should have authorized this and said the merger was good a year ago." But we'll go through the process. Mark,
yeah, I mean, that's it. It's a process. They have a very antiquated process that they've got to go through. It's a very significant application, as Jude said. So we just gotta follow their timeline and deal with their questions. So it is what it is.
And we're not surprised, Stuart. We knew it was going to take some time. I've always joked about saying I'd like it for my birthday. So maybe this August 17th won't work, but next year, August 17th, I think that would be just perfect. have a nice. We'll run the steam engine again up to Chicago at Red River Combined.